Welcome everybody to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. If you're on replay, welcome, whatever time it is where you are. Been an extremely busy month for me, and I've kept very, very quiet about many subjects because there's so many people regurgitating subjects. It's having a reverse effect, I think. We talk about as becoming climatized to weather. We also get climatized to the bullshit narratives that are being kicked out every day. No longer surprise, no longer fear. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing anymore. I don't know, because it comes to a point where it goes full circle. So, and then eventually says, yeah, we know about it. And that's, of course, an agenda to normalize madness, insanity. And as we can see, everything that's happening day by day, they're normalizing evil. Evil is becoming the new black. People are actually loving evil. People, like, the more satanic you can give them, the more they want it, especially with children. That's the frightening thing. And I guess today I want to talk about children, and I've noticed something very, very concerning. And I have done for over 20 years. If we just look at the idea of Big Pharma being the savior of mankind, how come everybody's got cancer? They're not saving anything, they're creating. So we all know that. They create customers. So here's a little graph. It's a bullshit graph, but it's a graph. Okay, it's like here we go. So if you've got sickness, it starts, say, 30 years ago, and now we're in 2024. So that's my graph. Okay, sickness was there, and now it's there. It's gone from maybe 20% up to now 90%. Now, if you get another kind of box, right? This is how Big Pharma do it. They get a box, and they look at that box, and let's say, think of something. Okay, let's say diabetes. So we get diabetes. Okay, so we've got this graph. How do you know if you've got diabetes? Okay, well, there's a chart we can give you. What's that chart? Well, it's here. There's the chart. If you're like here, you haven't got diabetes, but if you're up here, you've got diabetes. Why is that then? Because we can check your levels and see how your levels are. Okay, so I'm sat down in a I'm not, but just say evil is sat down in a boardroom, and they're all round and say, how's profits been today this year? Oh, profits have been good. They've been $4.6 trillion. How's everybody doing? Yeah, all doing good. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a little bit more money, though. Nice to have another, private jet. Yeah, 4.4 trillion. How do you think we could increase that with these wonderful products that we're selling for people with diabetes? Well, the level of people with diabetes, which we have told people this is the level. Why don't we change that level, right? And then put this level to here. So we've got a new level of diabetes. So now we've got all of these people here that didn't think they've got diabetes. Now they've got it because we've told them. So now we've brought in another, get ready for it. Get ready for it. 16 billion more. Fantastic. So basically what they do is they higher it or lower it to grab you into the box, into the label. So now I've got diabetes now. Well, you didn't have last week. Yeah, but they've changed the paperwork, and Big Pharma tell us, CDC, all of these, we're in that box. So now they've got you, and now what do? You run and buy your products. So that's how it works. It's always worked like that. We've seen it as healers through our clients. But what's been really disturbing as of late is the fact that, and I've mentioned this many times, I I saw, and still do till this day, more so than I've ever seen it, that children are not as observant, they're not as strong, they're not as quick to be. So if you get a child, for instance, a child should normally be walking at a certain age. A child should normally talk at a certain age, right? What I've noticed over these few years is that children are not responding how they used to respond. Something's happening really badly. And these monsters around the table who are creating the very same agenda, which is not only culling the world, but making the world sick, they have to come up with a new box, or they need to change the goalposts. So from what it was years ago to what it is now, there's been huge changes in these past few years of how to normalize dumbing down of children via all the poisons that are constantly entered into their body via through their skin or in their mouth or over their body. And they had to do this because there is such an evident graph that shows that children are no longer responding to how they should do naturally. So they should be walking much quicker, but they're not. They should be talking, but they're not. I personally have met many children who aren't talking at the age of 3 and 4 and 5. They're just not saying any words. I met one particular child that just doesn't speak. And this isn't just a one-off. This is huge. And the same with, their bodies growing in a certain way, the immune system being stronger, their attunement, their intuition, it's no longer there. It's dumbed down. So what the government, or should I say the mafia, who are making the world sick, they have to change the goalposts. And if you look now, everything that what once was is no longer. It's no longer what it used to say. Ask your parents or grandmother, when should a baby be walking? When should a child be talking? And so on. So it's really awful to see this happening. But what's even worse is that the addiction of the black screen for children has worked. It has been the greatest demonic tool ever created in this world. We are now literally handing over a device that is more powerful, more deadly than smack, than heroin. Because once that's in their hand, you've now sucked their energy. You've taken everything of their life that they should have been living in nature, in observation. The reason why we go into nature is to observe and heighten our senses, or some people say to awaken our senses. You can't awaken your senses in concrete, guys. It's impossible. So just be aware of that. You have to take your children out. You have to take this demonic tool away from people, away from children. What I'm seeing now more and more is this is the evidence of stupidity of humanity. We know something is bad, and yet we continue to do it. Now, there's nothing more stupid than us doing it and saying, oh yeah, I know it's bad, but I can't help it. No, that's living in denial. That is stupidity to its highest degree. If you can catch yourself on that and it's sucking your energy in 15 minutes in a day, once you've caught yourself doing it, you should take action straight away. If not, then this has taken over you. It's controlling you. And giving that to a child is child abuse. There's no other two ways. And of course, child abuse is in schools, because these are in schools. It's child abuse. Child abuse in schools. The schooling system's always been child abuse. It's been teachers throwing board rubbers at people back then. It was teachers that were standing you outside, putting your finger over your mouth for daring to question the narrative. Now it's these. They don't need to do any of that. They just stick this in your hand because you're lobotomized. You have no thoughts of your own. You have no interaction. You have no creativity. You don't think outside of the box. All you do is cut and paste. That's all you do. You are now officially a dumb ass robot with nothing to say other than what this black screen tells you. You have no humanity left in you. You're gone. You're finished. You're a robot. You're a zombie. That's why I say this is abuse. And nobody is really talking much about it, because just like the injection, oh no, let's not talk about it. Yeah, let's not talk about it. I guess you've been injected. Yeah, I have. So shut up. Exactly. You're addicted to your phone. So shut up. Don't talk about it. So there we are. That's why I haven't spoken about anything much these days. It's got to the point where George Carlin was so freaking spot on. Don't blame politicians. It's the public. They're the problem. And he was absolutely bloody right. So it's not that I've given up. It's just that I've realized that there's nothing we can do. You can scream and shout from the rooftops. You can try and change people's thoughts and perception, but you can only do it to a fraction of what you hope to. And then they just go back to their original program. And that's this. They're programmed. The black screen is satanic. The black screen is mainstream media. The black screen 100% is the system. It's all connected. It was all produced to dumb down and to normalize insanity and to change things so that you just believe them. So anything on here, you just believe. You don't believe what your eyes are showing you anymore. You don't believe what's outside there. Oh, shut up. You're okay. Don't be silly. Everything's fine. What do you mean? Nothing's expensive. What, taxes? No, don't be silly. This all fine. It's created so you become a zombie, a robot, and you just look at that screen and you believe everything it says instead of looking with your eyes or being in tune. You can't be in tune anymore, especially if you've got poison in your body. Poison is that very energy that is created to suppress not just the pineal gland, but the consciousness. So you cannot communicate to your consciousness as you would be able to, which means that you'll make mistakes a lot more, which means that you'll end up in difficult situations. You'll make more issues for your life because you're no longer connected to that what really speaks to you on the higher level of consciousness. When you've got one of these in your child hands, the consciousness is gone. It's no longer, it isn't there. There's no communication with the consciousness. They're just programmed, and they're being programmed every single moment with this black screen. This is the most dangerous weapon in the world right now. And that's it. So it's even hard for us who have an understanding of what life was without that disgusting black screen. And yeah, you could scream and shout and say, yeah, but you're on it all day. You're a hypocrite. Yeah, I am. You're absolutely right. But at what point do we not say, hey, guys, look, you know, I know everybody's taking sugar. Everybody puts it in everything. Everybody eats it every day. Everybody eats it in cakes, but it's not good for you guys. Yeah, okay, you're eating some of it. All right. But you're not eating 20 of them a day. You're not eating 10 of them a day. You might eat one every now and again. But you shouldn't really eat it, and we know we shouldn't, but you know what? Better we understand that it's not good for us and that maybe we should just give it a break and eat something else and heal ourselves. So having an understanding that this black screen is poison, this black screen is the darkest energy that sucks the living life force from you, which means that in a day you've done and achieved nothing, which is exactly what the darkness wants. It wants you to be dumb. It wants you to be lame. It wants you to do nothing. It wants you to scream at the screen so that your energy changes to darkness. Once you change to anger, upset, greed, all the things that make your energy change from love to negative, then you become the feeder for the dark and for dark entities. And that is when you can easily be entered into. Thank God this is coming out for me as well. And thank God for incense sticks. Cleansing and clearing yourself is ultimately important. Cleansing and clearing your children, putting good crystals on your children, taking them out to walk, taking them to the sea, taking them to anywhere in the forest. Give back their spirituality, their humanity. Give back what they deserve. Don't turn them into robots, because you will regret it for the rest of your life. It's heartbreaking to see the manipulation of how dark this world is being run, and how dark those that run this world are. They look upon us as ants, as flies. There is nothing that they would do to cause harm to us. There's nothing, that anything goes, and you are seeing it day by day. They want wars. They want us to kill each other so that they can live in their harmony, in their islands, or on their protected grounds, and ultimately above them, those weak monsters that do these things, you've got the dark energy that controls them. And this dark energy works 24/7. It wants nothing more than for you to be sick, because that energy feeds them. They want nothing more for you to be poor in mind, body, and spirit. They want you to be zero. They want you just to be dumb enough to go to work and come home and pay your taxes. That's all they want. The world is changing. I know this. You know that. But it doesn't mean it's changing for the better. It is changing. And people are saying, yes, but it's going to change and it has to get worse before it gets better. At what point? At what point are you saying it's going to get better? You don't know. And the change is getting worse. Therefore, what you're waiting for, you have to be the change. We have to be the change. And that's what I'm doing daily. Every day I'm recognizing things that evil is trying to do to us. The bad people are trying to do to us. And I'm recognizing that and making a change in my life and those around me. That's why I'm doing healing sessions. That's why I'm doing a lot of meditation and working on things that I believe are good for humanity. And that's it. If you're sat in front of your screen all day and you're typing away and posting things, I'm not so sure if that's working. I'm not sure at all, because the agenda continues. No matter how many times people say I'm being stuffed up the backside by, rises of prices of food, or, constantly telling me if you're up to date with your vaccines, all of these things, it still continues, guys. It continues daily, and people will continue doing it. So what do? Do you do what George Carlin said? Just observe, sit down with your popcorn and just find it interesting? Or do you make a difference in your world? So I try and make a difference. I know wholeheartedly when I've got this phone in my hand, if I start scrolling and seeing nonsense, that is absolutely killing my life, killing my force, my life force. It's draining me of every good thing, because I'm scrolling and looking at nonsense that serves no purpose to nothing. Okay, you might laugh at something, you might get shocked at something, you might be interested in something, but that is all a devil's trick. It's evil's trick to pull you in. So don't be pulled in. Be the creator of your life. Don't be the observer, in the sense of you're sat in the bread and circuses, doing this. Yeah, kill. Don't do that. It's the same thing as being on your screen hating. Don't do that. Create and make good in your life. Do something positive and be the creator. Stop being the observer. Stop being the audience. Be stronger and create things. Like I'm creating things every day. Be the creator of your life. Stop observing things and do something about it and make a difference. That's my little chat today. Hope you can join me tomorrow for a beautiful healing session. Starts at 6:30 Spain time, and I just welcome you all with an open heart, just to lie down or sit down and just intake pure energy healing from the power that I believe comes from our universe, that is there for us to take, which most of us don't know how to receive these days. So hopefully in the environment of a pure energy healing, you may feel the energy of receiving. And I'm wishing you all a lovely day. And that's it, really. Working hard with everything else. Just finished working on some beautiful Lemurian quartz, which are fantastic for opening your chakras. Fabulous for protection. I've just finished with this bottle now, just about empty, and everybody else who's tried it thus far, it's fabulous. Everybody who's been here have tried it and said it's mighty powerful. So I think this is going to be the next wonderful thing that's going to help people who struggle with smoke because of smoke detectors in houses. And if you're in a hotel, you want to cleanse. I've never been into this because I've never truly had one which I've ever felt has been really made a difference. There's a lot on the market, but they were pleasant, but never really did. These are ultra strong. They come from the tip of the Palo Santo tree, right the tips, because you've got to get it spot on. So I'm really proud of that. We're just on with now just doing the labeling for it. So if you're interested, maybe you could send a message to info@markbayerski.com to put your name down, because there's only 300 bottles made, because it takes so long to make them. It's not that easy, especially for the Palo Santo to receive the certain Palo Santo we need. So let us know. So they should be out in a week and a half, something like that, 2 weeks maximum. So then you can keep it in your bag and keep yourself protected, which is vital these days. Vital. You can't always get your sticks and sage yourself, Palo Santo yourself down, or sage yourself down out in the open. But with this, you can now, and it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely love it. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm doing. Working on my book today. And a lovely friend just sent a message. My dear friend, I am so grateful and happy from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, it's my pleasure, Angel. My pleasure. So we help, we give, we share, and we do our best to help people every day. And I think that's it. Nothing else. I'm wishing you all a lovely day, guys. Keep strong and come on. Let's be creative. Let's create and let's make a difference in the creation. This ain't creating nothing. It's sucking our energy. Take care. Love you all. Bye for now.